Good morning, ladies and gentle people. I am Sebastian Sjöberg. This is GGvision number 15, and today is Wednesday the 19th of January. Today I will give you my top 5 for IEM Kiev, which kicks off tomorrow, Thursday, for StarCraft 2, Intel Extreme Masters, kicking off 2011 with a bang. We will also talk about 1000 reasons and then some for why you should start playing poker, and I will also dwell a little bit upon the current GSL, of course, and give you a tip to watch, a must-watch that you might have missed, as well as ask you for advice on smartphones. Starting off with the GSL. Today is Wednesday, and this recording takes place just before the JINROOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOO met previous in GSL Season 4 over at gomtv.net. Now they're once again meeting in round of 8. And it's a huge clash. It's arguably the two best foreigners in the world now duking it out for a place in the final. And it's gonna be nothing less than epic. When you watch this, it will already have taken place. My money is on JINROOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOO After what he showed us last weekend when he beat OGS MC twice, well, I just became a true believer. So I'm cheering for Jinro. When you watch this, you will know what happened. If not, go watch it now, it's available. But there's another GSL game that took place, I believe it must have been yesterday on Tuesday or something. It's Code A, not Code S, so one step below, which is why you might have chosen not to watch it, between JulyZerg and a player named Senex Bouillon, or whatever. He's a Terran player, and I urge you to watch Game 2, especially if you are a Terran player. Now, I'm a huge fan of the legendary JulyZerg, the god of war from Brood War. But, and I'm not saying who's winning or losing, but as a Terran player, you should watch it. Because, as Nick Tasteless Plot himself said, this build got some damn sex appeal. Sorry for the Nick impersonation, but do watch it. There's a link down in the show notes. Now, over to Intel Extreme Masters in Kiev. Last GGvision I reported, of course, that TLO would be an expert commentator for StarCraft 2. Whilst that was uploading, the news was announced that he will not attend the event due to bronchitis. Get well soon, TLO. No worries. So that will sadly not happen. Well, what can you do? But it will nevertheless be an epic event, and these are the 5 players that I foresee will be in the top 5 duking it out for the ultimate prize. Now there's a link down in the show notes to the official ESL site where you can watch all the action and see all the players, but the ones that will be in the top 5 according to me over at GGvision are White Ra from Ukraine, of course, the Grandpa Toss, who is as legendary as he is skilled. I met him briefly at DreamHack, where he brought his lovely wife to the event, actually. She seemed quite bored, but nevertheless very nice, and I am sure we'll be able to see White Ra in top 5, if not in the actual grand final. Furthermore, I predict the same for Nama, the Finnish player who was in the DreamHack final, walked home with a very nice prize, and is of course an incredibly skilled player. You will see him high up there. Same goes for British player The Muslim, who I reported last week has now joined Team Evil Geniuses, same team as Idra, and will be going to Korea to fight in the GSL soon. He will be up there as well, I predict. Same goes for German player Saki, whose skill I am very much impressed by, and his style as well. And former Brood War player, Italian guy Cloud, who was one of the foremost foreigners back in the day and may not have been too active this far in StarCraft 2, as much as many others, but he has definitely shown that he's got what it takes before, and he'll do it again in IEM Kiev now, I predict. So that's my top 5 for Kiev: White Ra, Sok, The Muslim, Nama and Cloud, in no particular order. You'll see them up there. Moving on to other interesting matters and why you should start playing poker. As I reported in last GGvision, TSL 3, the Team Liquid Star League number 3, is underway. The qualifiers are taking place. The finals will be held in New York City, but we're not there yet. and it's sponsored by PokerStrategy.com, and they are giving you a couple of extremely good reasons why you should sign up for an account over at their site, because you may win a trip for 2 to Korea, where you could go and see the GSL live and the Brood War tournaments, the OSL, MSL, the Pro League. You will get a tour of the Liquid OGS house, meet all the pro gamers. The round-trip airfare is paid, so is 5 nights in the Korean capital of Seoul, and you'll get $1,000 spending money. And this for just signing up. You have a chance to win at the PokerStrategy.com forums. Of course, you have to do it through the Team Liquid referral link, which you'll find in the show notes. And it's open to non-US residents only, sadly, due to legal concerns, but that's the case. So do go over to Team Liquid through that link and check it out. It's the best reason you've ever had to start playing poker, so go check it out. Furthermore, also on Team Liquid, in the most recent weekly, there's an interview with Mathew Peterson. Who, you may ask? Well, Mathew is the owner of The Little App Factory, the sponsor of Liquid, and I've interviewed him twice already, here on GGvision actually, and he is by all means a super dude, a gamer, and a great corporate sponsor of esports. And there's an interview with him, and you should all check it out, because Mathew is a great guy and very influential when it comes to StarCraft 2. But this leads me on to what I'd like to ask you about, as a sincere question. I, myself, would describe myself as a bit of a tech nerd, but this is what I'm walking around with in terms of a phone. And Mathew, of course, owns the company The Little App Factory, which makes apps for particularly iPhones and other Mac products, though they have something for Windows users in the works. You can read more about that there. And I wonder, what do you guys use? Because I'm looking into getting myself a new phone, maybe an Android, maybe not, because what I want to do is to be able to stream and watch StarCraft as easily and intuitively as possible on the go. And I'm sure many of you guys are already doing that. I know that many of you are actually watching this on a mobile device, so the YouTube stats tell me. So do share, what kind of tech and gear do you use to get your StarCraft on outside of the house when you're not at a computer or a laptop? Do let me know, because, man, I want to do that too. That is what matters most to me this Wednesday, fellow gamers. I urge you to check out www.esfiworld.com for the latest updates from IEM Kiev during the weekend. There will be live updates, commentaries, and all the videos you can imagine available there. I'll be watching it, and so should you. There should be a lot of good coverage coming out. I know the other guys, they are doing a bunch of interviews as well, and hopefully I'll be doing some of my own. I will see you again on Friday regardless, with something epic in store. And later in the week there will also be an ESFI GGvision, but I'll get back to you on that. So do check out that PokerStrategy.com offer over at Team Liquid. Tell me what phones you use to watch StarCraft, and have a damn awesome day. See you around, nerds. GG and out.
You see top players performing in it once in a while to see how it goes, and I had a lot of fun playing it too. It was great. I would like to apologize to Red.
Just gonna say that. Kind of Red.
I want to tell him that it was going to be whoever was below my